So there's a director called Andy Aminechi. He's the biggest director there. Though I remember very well National Theatre when I attended audition. It was like, you can never make it as an actor. Yeah,
that's heavy.
He said, you can never make it as an actor. You need to go back behind camera and start working. Just go. Somebody should just teach you something, makeup or something, and then that will be fine for you. Voiceless, I was there to produce. The role I played in Voiceless, if I tell you, you won't believe it, that was the first time I started acting. Voiceless was my first movie as an actor.
Your very first?
Yes, I used to drive all the uniform, the army uniform and guns, because I get those guns from Abuja.
One of the tools for societal education is the movies.
It's through the movies.
Because the younger people out there, they so much have belief, trust, and followership.
I totally agree.
So if they see those positivities, if they see those lessons, they will learn from it.
Exactly.
And it will reduce the job of the government.
Especially not in Nigeria.
Not in Nigeria.
We have in 19 northern states, the entire mosque preached that evening, preached against it. They said it's an avenue for prostitution to start in northern Nigeria, in Kano.
Welcome to yet another episode of the Inside Podcast. Remember, it's the very best platform you can find in Qatar that talks about events, that talks about entertainment generally, sports, businesses, other cultural ventures and exchanges. This is why we're here, to give you premium content, to bring you information that you need to make sure you are not left behind. So today in this episode, we're going to be carrying you through another direction of interest. Interest to me, interest to some of you, and also interest to Qatar as a country because of the fact that this industry is a very unique and new industry in Qatar, and it's been coming up, but we think we can make it better. We want to contribute our part to it, and these awesome stars who came to Qatar are willing also to contribute their own parts to the growth of this industry. And today we have an amazing talent in the house who has come all the way to Qatar to attend an award event, and we have him in the studio to come talk to us about some exciting things he's been doing and those that are yet to come. So let me read for you. This gentleman we have here is a superstar. He's an award-winning Nigerian film actor. He's a producer. He's a creative force who has successfully bridged the Nollywood and the KANNYWOOD. I know you're thinking, what is KANNYWOOD? Hold on, we're going to talk about it shortly. He has got hits in terms of movies. He has featured in big movies. And we have the likes of Voiceless. We have also Anikulakbo. We have also A Tribe of Judah, just to name a few. If you go online, you're going to see his work. You're going to see the amazing things he has been doing. He was born in Kaduna with roots from Kwara State. He's going to tell us about that. He holds a degree in political science and English and an honorary doctorate in media and communication. Starting out as a makeup artist in 2003, he made a switch to acting in 2013. Everyone is switching, huh? There's something special about acting. And maybe I'll have to switch very soon. And he has featured in high-profile movies like Voiceless, like I said before. He has risen to become a globally recognized storyteller, a symbol of Africa's cinematic excellence. This is a fact. I've seen it. You're going to see it pretty soon. So join me to welcome Dr. Uzee Usman Adeyemi. The band. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on our show today. How are you?
Fine.
How is Qatar treating you?
Fantastic.
How fantastic, if I must ask.
The 10 award guys, they did a fantastic job hosting all the big stars that came for the award and tried their best to make sure we are really, really catching fun.
Absolutely. And I don't know if you've heard, Qatar is the home of hospitality.
I can say it.
You can see that. From the airport to the hotel to you're moving around, you see the flavor, you feel the aroma, you smell the aroma per se of hospitality. There's a touch of it everywhere.
Every angle.
And they're very welcoming. You can agree with that? Tell us, how long have you been in Doha now?
I think this is my 5th day.
5th day.
Yeah.
So you must have had enough experience to tell us something. So tell us.
I practically went everywhere, trust me.
Everywhere?
The museum, everywhere. I'm just actually coming from a...
So you're... Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's actually a Katarina. But from your experience, what do you think about Qatar?
I think I love the cultural value. I think I love the way they welcome people around the world.
Okay.
So that their arms are open. They want to relate to people, especially people from Africa. That's what I realized, because I think most of the people coming in from Saudi Arabia and co, they have that similarity. So
Yeah. They want something new and different.
Exactly. So
Okay.
I think it's a good one.
So with the experience you've had, have you gone to Sukwa Cave?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's the home of culture also of Qatar. It's souk in Arabic mixed market.
Oh.
So we have the souk market, which takes you through the memory lane of Qatar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, maybe you should visit before you go. Yeah, you should visit. But with the little you've seen, have you seen or experienced any cultural similarities between Qatar and Nigeria or Africa in general?
Yes, a little bit, because basically, I'm so sorry to say this, Nigeria is a little bit dominated by Islamic religion.
Okay.
Yeah. So also kind of majority Islamic religion. So there's that, especially from the northern part of Nigeria, where I am basically coming from.
Okay.
So I can feel the similarity. I can relate to them easily.
Okay.
Because in Nigeria, northern culture is intertwined with religion.
Okay.
So same thing here.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to flow.
To flow. Great. Qatar is looking for cultural exchanges. They're very open to see how they can cross carpet on cultures, share values, and they've done so many engagements on this. And we are trying to promote same, all right, where we bring people from outside to Qatar to have an experience, and we do vice versa, just to make sure there are cultural exchanges running and to make the relationship better, make the experience better.
I totally agree.
So you that have been here now, you're going to go back home and tell them the story to say, Qatar.
I'll be a brand ambassador to Qatar, don't worry. Because I love the city. I love the city.
Oh yeah. So talking about you, because it's about you, we're here. Yeah, let's leave Qatar for now.
I agree.
Yeah, talking about you seem to be from the West, the North. You look Hausa, you dress Hausa, you speak Hausa, you have a Yoruba name. Tell me, how did this happen?
Okay, so my dad is Yoruba. He's from Kwara. He's from Ofa. Yeah. So my mom is Fulani from Zaria.
Okay.
Kaduna. So and my dad was born and brought up in Kaduna. He's an Air Force pilot.
Oh.
So and all his life he lived in Kaduna. So same with his family. We're all born there and we all grew up there.
So a full-blown Northerner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You as a creative person, you've created so many movies. Maybe not produced so many movies, but you featured in so many movies. And running from Nollywood to KANNYWOOD, we're coming to KANNYWOOD, eh?
Yeah.
Nollywood to KANNYWOOD, you've been like a bridge. All right. How has this been for you?
Okay. It's a complicated journey. So the story is very long.
Yeah.
I'll try to make it a little bit short.
Okay.
So I came into Nollywood 2003.
Okay.
I was schooling in Kaduna. I go to audition to National Theatre. And I remember a director. In 2003, myself, Funke Akindele, Mercy Johnson, Derenle, we have like a clique kind of. So Funke do come from the Yoruba industry then. I come from Kaduna to attend auditions in National Theatre.
Yeah.
So we were those people that the then big directors always sees as the ugly upcomers. Yeah. So there's a director called Andy Aminechi. He's the biggest director there. I remember very well National Theatre when I attended audition. It was like, you can never make it as an actor. Yeah, he
That's
said,
heavy.
He said, you can never make it as an actor. You need to go back behind camera and start working. Just go. Somebody should just teach you something, makeup or something, and then that will be fine for you. And that's how I went to meet Gabazini. Gabazini used to be the best makeup artist then.
Oh.
So that's why I went to meet him. He told me that he thought he shaded me or he'll get to me. But I used that. I learned from that. And I met Gabazini. I said, I want to learn makeup. He said, okay, no problem. I left the acting thing. I went into makeup. I was learning makeup from Gabazini gradually. And he paid for my school to learn special effects in South Africa.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I went to learn special effects. I came back and I did London Boy with Simi Okpolua.
Yeah.
My Magic House of Macro. And I won Best Makeup Artist AMA Award 2008 in Bielsa. Yeah. So immediately I won Best Makeup Artist 2009. I dropped makeup and moved into production. And that's when I met Alinu in Bielsa. That's when he did Standard.
Okay.
Amsterdam Hotel box office film.
Yeah.
And he won Best New Actor. So I met him on stage in Bielsa and I told him, I have won Best Makeup Artist. You have won Best Upcoming Actor. Let's go back to the North and give back to our people. I say it's time for us to go
back home.
Yeah. And give back to our people in the North. He said, okay, fine. So I went back. I could gather a little amount of money. I started producing.
Okay.
So that was 2009. I brought in Mr. Ibo. Rest in peace. I brought him I did an Hausa film called Oga Abuja. That was the biggest movie out of northern Nigeria then. I mixed him together with all the stars in the north. So the movie sold. That was CD then.
Yeah.
So the movie
those days,
I sold like 100,000 copies in a day. I was selling.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So that was the first time that since a collaboration like that.
It was a new introduction that was very, very strange.
It was very strong. So he sold, and that's how I made my name to Nollywood as a filmmaker.
Okay.
So I brought Patient Ozoku. I did Master Nada Hussein and Mixer with a lady that is like her in the north. I brought Osofia. I did Marja. 2003. That was a movie that won me AMVC, my first AMVC best film. Because it's like a peacemaking film, like a movie on peace, on how to collaborate between like southern and like northern Nigeria to come together and all that. Yeah, so 2000 and I now did a script, Voiceless.
Ooh, that Voiceless, it's bomb.
Yeah, and I wrote Voiceless 2015. So that was when Boko Haram started afresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Maiduguri. So I was opportunity to have a couple of friends that have faced through that. So I wrote it, but it wasn't sponsored then. So 2016, I was traveling to London through Turkish Airways, and I did transit in Turkey, and I met Roger Sofime. He was big in African Magic then. He is the executive producer of Tinsel. Tinsel was like the most talked about talk show in Nigeria.
then.
So I met him in transit in Turkey. And I told him about the idea and everything. He said, oh, come, let's do it together. He said, okay, no problem. So ending of 2016, 2017, we met everybody, we went to Jos, we shot the film. We shot the film with a little amount of money, you won't believe it. Because I used all I could, all I have, all the connection I have to get favors.
Okay.
To get favors to achieve like army, security, everything, uniforms and all that guns. So we shot the movie. And after shooting the movie, he was selected for Oscars.
It went that far?
Yes, because of the story. That was when Chiboge's story was crazy.
Very high, yeah.
Obama was in power then. He did advert. So he was selected for Oscars and politics came in. Yeah, politics came in because that was when they shot Mick Maid.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Mick Maid, by Uzee Usman Adeyemi. So politics came in. Those are the two movies they picked from Nigeria for Oscar selection. So a lot happened then. And then the both of the film were dropped. Yeah, because I was pushing. They were pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the both movies were dropped. And Voiceless, I was there to produce. The role I played in Voiceless, if I tell you, you won't believe it, that was the first time I started acting. Voiceless was my first movie as an actor.
Your very first?
Yes, and what happened, that's not my role, that's Shegun Arinze's role. Shegun was supposed to come to the set. I was very busy. I was rotating between Abuja and Jos because we shot the movie in Jos.
Jos, yeah.
So there's a lot of insecurity then on the road. I used to drive all the uniform, the army uniform and guns because I get those guns from Abuja.
Abuja.
So from in Jos, the army chief guys, they refused to give us all those things. So I would drive all those uniforms and guns to Jos. So I was rotating between Jos, and Abuja. So Shegun was giving us tough time. He was filming. He didn't tell us. So he was saying, I'll come today, I'll come tomorrow, I'll come today, I'll come tomorrow. So Rogers, one day I just woke up, Rogers just told Robert Peters was the director.
Yeah.
Brought him from America. Just said, in short, Uzee is a calm person. This role, we don't need to tell the audience that this person is a villain. Yeah. We needed that persona of a calm person so that the audience will just be
blown away.
So from just Uzee, just act. If you like, that was his word. He said, if you like, spoil the fake.
That was a challenge.
Yes, exactly.
That was a big challenge.
He just said, wear uniform if you like. Spoil the fake. Basically, that's how Voiceless came to life.
And whoever saw Voiceless will not in any way think that was unplanned. You've been in that movie.
That was unplanned. So what I just did with Voiceless is when I was growing, I have like a friend who used to be like a wayward. You have that one friend in the community where everybody don't like him.
Yeah.
So the way he behaves, I just remembered the way he behaves.
And you put it into character.
Basically, that's it.
Amazing.
Voiceless became big. I was nominated AMVC everywhere. That was the movie that took me everywhere around the world.
Yeah, but currently I looked up on Voiceless and I saw the magic it created. Yeah. And I was like wondering, how did you create this? Knowing this story now, it makes it even bigger in my head.
Yeah, because it is, I always tell all my friends, all my filmmaker friends that are very close to me, I said, issue-based stories is the best story you can ever tell as a filmmaker. All my life I've been talking about issue stories. I just finished a movie about early marriage in northern Nigeria, a series,
And that's a very common thing in northern Nigeria. It's going to be a
huge topic when the series comes out. Yes, that I know. It's a topic nobody wants to go in northern Nigeria because, as I said, the religion is and the culture is intertwined with religion. So I pick issue-based story to do. So immediately Boko Haram started, and immediately they kidnapped Chibok girls was when I wrote Voiceless.
And it actually relates to that scenario.
At that time.
Exactly. At that time. But that story came up to address a certain issue.
Even though we had serious issue with government. So we need to remove some parts, like some military parts that we were talking of how they are not coming to assistance, how they're not helping people.
You have to remove that.
Yeah, it became a serious issue. Yeah, it became a serious issue. We were someone at the presidency.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just have to remove that.
Remove that. But I haven't done that movie. Do you think that movie have actually passed that message? Are you seeing it having that effect? It's been how many years now?
It's close to 10 years.
10 years now.
Like 8 years, yeah.
It's 10 years. But with the storyline and the effect that movie was supposed to have, will you say it was extremely successful?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was.
And it has made a very huge impact in Northeast Nigeria.
Of course.
Okay. But because the point is, we know that this is very rampant in Northeastern Nigeria. And we've seen that there have been improvements, no doubt. But it's also good to keep the education running.
Yeah, of course.
So that people keep learning and knowing what they should do and what actually happens in that region. So your issue-based stories helps to narrate this.
Yes.
Helps to give those exposure. And I believe if other producers run in the same line, I think Nigeria as a country will be a better place.
Exactly.
Because I think personally that one of the tools for societal education is the movies.
It's through the movies.
Because the younger people out there, they so much have belief, trust, and followership.
I totally agree.
So if they see those positivities, if they see those lessons, they will learn from it.
Exactly.
And it will reduce the job of the government.
Especially not in Nigeria.
Not in Nigeria.
We have so many issue-based stories that people are shy away to tell, especially my colleagues from the northern part of Nigeria, because, it's crazy how the number of illiteracy in the north is very high. So everybody is trying to avoid conflict. Everybody is trying to avoid what is going to bring them out negatively. But we can't continue like that. The least we should do as celebrities, as stars, as filmmakers especially, is to use our voice to pass message. That's the least we could do. And to do that, we need to start telling issue-based stories. What is happening?
So, are you the only person pushing this in the north?
Yes, I would say, okay, some of my colleagues, I know that they're trying to do it. But as I said, they're being skeptical because it's not easy. I totally understand. It's not easy at all because it's a society whereby majority has been tamed to a particular way. So for now, yes. for now, I'm the only one pushing.
I think it's a concern if a big region like that has just only one driver.
Yes.
It will be more impactful if we have more drivers. So what do you think is the actual problem pushing people away? Outside of the taming you just said, are there other challenges that is holding people back from actually coming out?
Okay, so I'll give you what happened of recent last 2 years. Last 2 years, 3 years. As the last year tenure of General Muhammadu Buhari as president. So there's something we pushed for a film village in northern Nigeria. And he approved it. But it was supposed to be built in Kano. So we pushed Kaduna, but Kaduna is kind of liberal a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a balance in terms of religion, people staying there. So, but he's talking about landmark and talking about wealth. Kano generates money more than Kaduna. So he has to approve it for Kano State. The day the federal government announced that film village, the entire mosque in northern Nigeria preached against it. I'm not talking about mosque in Kano, I'm talking about the 19 northern states. The entire mosque that evening preached against it. They said it's an avenue for prostitution to start in northern Nigeria, in Kano. Yeah.
A film village, how does it relate to prostitution?
I'm telling you the level the thing is. Film village is an avenue for jobless youth to get employment, massive employment.
Absolutely. It creates a platform where people can come from outside. That's tourism. People will come from outside to use your film village. It brings economic growth.
That day, the following morning, a lot of northern actors started leaving Kano to Abuja. They were looking for them to burn their houses because of I'm just telling you the way the society reasoned. So because that night, a lot of monks preached against it. So the people that went to pray, they are looking for those guys.
So what do you think? Because it's a problem. And every problem needs solution.
It's illiteracy.
So how do you go about this?
It's government that can handle that through education. It's not easy. The least we could do is to preach some movies. How many rural people are even watching our movies that we're preaching it? Do they even have network to watch? Do they even have data to watch?
So does that not call for a new strategy to this educational process?
We've pushed it. We pushed it, but they are still using that politically. North is one of the major deciding factor politically in Nigeria.
Okay.
Because of numbers.
Numbers, yeah. They go to numbers.
Yeah, because in politics, numbers matters a lot. So they always use that. They don't want them to go to school. So they always use that to be that deciding factor for who becomes president and who becomes governors and all that.
True.
So it's a complicated issue and it's a serious issue.
It's complicated. We're not going to solve it here.
Yeah, exactly.
We can only talk about it. But actually, as I think it's something that needs a serious attention because education is very key.
It is.
So in the absence of education, there's chaos because people don't know. And what you don't know, you cannot act on.
I agree.
It's only what you know you act on. So they get the negative thing and they act on those ones. Okay, enough of this. Let's not too drag because we're getting close to politics. And the thing is, some of these things you can't take politics out of.
Of course, it's intertwined.
It's intertwined. So we do hope that we find solution. You guys put in more effort. You can't do this alone. That's a fact.
Pushing, actually.
But you can't do this alone. So
for example, like this movie I'm talking about, the series I just finished on early marriage. Thankful I got a sponsor that want to really educate that in Northern Nigeria, which are Canna Plus.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we want to do now is we're going to go to communities to open up local cinemas and allow them to watch it for free in the entire Northern Nigeria.
That's the other option I'm talking about.
Yes.
If they don't have TVs, if they don't have data to watch their mobile phones, there will be a free option.
Yes, so that's why I came up with that, and I thank God I got support from Canna Plus.
Okay.
And they're like 100% in support of it with a USAID.
Okay.
But now Trump came in and stepped them down. So, but Canna Plus
USAID doesn't have money for you now.
but Canna Plus is still like on that. So immediately the series is ready. We're going from one local government to another to show it for free for them. We'll create a local cinemas so that they can learn on how to say no.
To know, yeah.
To say no to element.
That's the drive.
Yeah.
That's the drive.
It's gonna be
When is it coming out?
we're at the last stage of editing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
editing in Paris.
So in Paris,
Yes.
it's going to be a big one.
It is.
So we're going to expect in 2025, or is it closer to 2026?
Yes. So we're supposed to even start airing first quarter of this year, but because of the sound, we have sound complications and all. So push the second quarter. In the next 2 months, it should be everywhere.
Uzee is coming out with something big, so just stay close to your TVs, yeah? Stay close online and see what he's coming up with. We're looking forward to it, and we like the energy you're putting in. We like your determination to actually make the northern parts better, and we do hope that all those actors, celebrities generally from your region will support you.
They're actually trying, especially it's really trying.
Okay.
It's part of the project, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the major casts.
He just got a position recently.
Yes, under Film Corporation.
Yeah.
He's the MD of Film Corporation, Nigerian Film Corporation now.
So that should be an additional value to the system.
Yeah.
Because having someone who is part of the system really control the system.
As I said, it's not easy. You understand? There are saboteurs as well. Yeah, but it is really pushing.
Okay.
He's really trying.
Okay. Let's talk on KANNYWOOD. Yeah. You know, most of our viewers won't really know what KANNYWOOD is. They know of Hollywood. Hollywood has taken over, all right? And I know KANNYWOOD is on the verge of also having the global presence. Can you tell us about Kanny? Where did this word Kanny come from, and what does it really represent?
Okay, so at times we're getting it complicated. KANNYWOOD is Nollywood.
How?
KANNYWOOD is under Nollywood. Okay, the reason why they named it KANNYWOOD, that was like some 30, 40 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, is in Uzee area, the university. You know, Uzee area used to be one of the biggest university in Nigeria. So the theater arts students from Kano.
Okay.
The theater arts students from Kano. So they always perform better.
Okay.
Than everybody. So those times, I think the major theater were in Jos, Plateau State, Kano, and I think Lagos. I couldn't remember the three because I know this history, but I couldn't remember the third one. I know Plateau, that's Jos was part of it, then Kano. So it was just a day when the lecturer I think the guys from Kano performed better. He now named them KANNYWOOD, and that's it.
That's where we're coming from.
Yes, so they went back to Kano and they started forming a local industry there. And then they make KANNYWOOD. But there's nothing special. KANNYWOOD is under Nollywood. Nollywood is one industry in Nigeria. So there are branches. It's like Hollywood. Hollywood is one. We have studios like Tyler Perry in Atlanta, feeding the black Americans with his content.
Yeah.
But he's not in the core street of Hollywood. He doesn't distribute his movie in the core street of Hollywood. But he's under Hollywood. So the same thing is happening with Nollywood. Nollywood is a tree. We have the Yoruba sector of it, we have the Hausa sector of it, we have the Igbo aspect of it. Before the Igbo even dominates more in Nollywood. Okay. The core street of Nollywood is being dominated by the Igbos. Yeah,
that was about 8-10 years ago.
Exactly, through the marketers, the actors, and all that. So not until the Yoruba aspect, because we have deep actors more in Yoruba, but publicity were in Nollywood.
In Nollywood, okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So before Nollywood, the Igbo aspects have that strength to push publicity out there. So when immediately the Yoruba industry could be able to find a fit in terms of publicity, you could see that there is balance. So same thing is happening to KANNYWOOD. So KANNYWOOD is just a name, but they are under Nollywood. We are all under Nollywood. And right now, if you notice most of the films that are coming out, you can see the cultural intertwine. They always bring somebody from the north, they'll bring somebody from Yoruba, they'll bring somebody from...
Yeah, mixing it up, yes.
This movie, almost all the movies right now, most of the big movies, you will see one or two of those, everybody from every angle. So that's to tell is one.
Thanks for clearing that, because I was wanting to ask, you act in KANNYWOOD, you act in Nollywood, what is actually giving you the run, the peaceful or the smooth run between these two sectors? Now I know that it's the same.
It's the same. It's basically the same, but the difference between mine is because I started it. That's how I started my career.
Okay.
Bringing people from Nollywood to shoot KANNYWOOD film. So it could be easy for producers in the West and in the East to call me to come and do their jobs.
Okay, now let's push away from Nigeria now. We're in Qatar. You are standing on the soil of Qatar. You've been having great hospitality in the last 5 days you've been in Qatar. So looking at you from the north, earlier I asked for similarities and you talked about religion and culture. Looking that Qatar and Nigeria has this similarity, what do you think it's possible between the Nigerian movie industry and the Qatar film sector? Because if we want to look from the nuts, the KANNYWOOD, if we want to look from KANNYWOOD, how do you think that's something can happen?
I think it's Nollywood as a whole.
No, why I'm talking about the KANNYWOOD now is because of the northern influence.
Yes, intertwining in terms of...
You understand? Being that this is an Islamic country, and from the north is Islam.
So it will be easy.
It will be easy. So what do you think is possible?
The storytelling. The storytelling. We just have to come up with good story that will intertwine between the northern Nigerian culture and the Qatari culture. Which will make it very easy, as you said, because the religion is almost the same.
Yep.
In short, the culture is almost the same. Most of Hausa words have been taken from Arabic. You understand? 50% of the word we use in Hausa language
are taken from Arabic.
So that will make it very, very easy.
Okay, so now that you've been here in Doha, you've seen what it is like. Have you started writing?
Until I go back. Let me go back and refresh my mind. Started writing, but I'm thinking of something actually.
You should. I
was actually talking to Adenu all through yesterday night about it.
Okay.
So he has been here, I think during World Cup period. So when I was relating to him, he was like, so we have to do something and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
I was even talking to the BTN award guy this afternoon that we need to come back and see how we can do 1 or 2 things.
Yes, it will make so much sense. You can take some shots here, do some scenes here.
Exactly.
And like you said, right, like the intertwining line of storytelling, the Qatari side, the Nigerian side, mixing it together. You can even cross carpet to other African countries because at the end of the day, culture is wide.
Yeah, of course.
You understand? The room for engagement is wide also. So the more we spread, the more we get to know.
And movie does not have language, mind it.
It has no limits, no barriers.
No limit.
No barriers, because we see, I was shocked one time to see an East African watching a Yoruba movie.
Of course.
And I was like, what are you understanding? He said, I just like the cultural display.
Oh.
All right? I just like the cultural display. And the person will watch from beginning to end.
Oh.
Now, what has happened? The Yoruba culture has traveled to
because
East
that person
Africa.
can go and even advertise it anywhere.
This is the point.
I can imagine.
So this is the exchange we're talking about. We want...
our culture is very rich, especially that Yoruba culture with the Sisu.
I was talking to a minister of culture. She was in Qatar just last year, and we're talking about a certain project. And I was on the side of saying an African project, and she was like, "No, that the culture and heritage we have in Nigeria can run for 1 straight year."
I agree.
For an exhibition, it can run for 1 straight year.
I agree, yeah.
Because we have so much in Nigeria.
That's Hanatsu Musawa, right?
Yes, Hanatsu. That I was taken aback. Like, that's true. Nigeria as a country is so blessed.
Yes.
So we taking that, transporting it to Qatar, and Qatar is open to cultural exchange.
We will come and do something here.
Please, let's do it. And the system is so easy that you can come in smoothly. There are existing structures that you can plug into. It's just a plug and play.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that.
We will.
No, and not as an actor that you've grown. You've grown. You can say that yourself confidently.
Yes.
You've gone through the ranks, and you're proud of yourself, I know.
Yes.
But what will you say has been your most challenging moment as an actor?
One of the most challenging moments is I'm a very, very free person. I'm a very, very
I've seen that.
Going human.
I've seen that.
So one of my major challenges is not be able to go and do some kind of thing I want to do as a human being.
Yeah.
Especially not in Nigeria. So it got to a time where, when Voiceless came out,
Yep.
when Voiceless came out, it became a serious issue that because my father was an Air Force officer, so they could not do anything to his properties.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Voiceless became like a reality. They were not watching it like a movie. And I played a villain. I was one killing those girls, doing this, doing that. So at some point, I could not enter the core northern Nigeria for like 2 years. So that's how I relocated to Abuja. Yeah, that's how I based in Abuja. Based there. I could not go to Kano for 2 years, or even my father's place for like 2 years, yes. So one of those major, when I was producing my film, nobody knows me. I was going everywhere. I was going to market, I'll buy corn, I'll do my thing. So one of the disadvantages of fame, especially in northern Nigeria, it comes with a lot of challenges. Yeah, so they see film as reality. They see it as reality. I know how many times Alino has passed through a lot of domestic, a lot of fight, they break his cars a lot. Yeah, because of maybe YouTube fame. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So, but the way they are trained in northern Nigeria, they're like Indians. So they are attached to their actors so much. If you opportunity to go to India, if you're passing through the market also, you'll be seeing them putting all the actors' pictures in their cars, so that's how Nigeria is as well. So they get offended easily with fame.
So how do you cope with this? Because you have to continue your job.
Of course.
But the risk is still there.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's one of the challenges, but we have no option. Yeah. So with time, they're beginning to understand that it's fame, and we also once in a while just open eyes and tell them, I get you. I'm
on the street like you. So.
Yeah, but at times, trust me, there's a huge challenges. At times we don't even have money. We want to sit in economy with our friends, but it's not possible. We go out of our way to buy business class ticket at a time. Out of our way. It's not that we don't want to sit in economy. We want to. It's not easy. Do you understand what I'm saying? But at times we have to go out of our way just to, for safety.
For safety.
I'm telling you, most of the actors, almost 95% of actors that do sit in business class is because of safety. It's not that because they want to sit there and just, no, it's safety.
But how long can this continue?
You're a celebrity, you have no option now. That's why you need to work hard to keep making the money.
So that I can keep affording the business class tickets.
Plenty things.
But I think I'm very positive that there will gradually be a change, because checking online now, I've seen so many Northerners going to blogging. So many Northerners are throwing out content.
Yes.
So many Northerners are singing on music now. You can see some hip-hop songs with Northern languages. Yeah. So the exposure is gradually coming up.
But are you aware they're also arresting a lot of them?
It doesn't come to the media.
For example, like last week, when they killed some people in Edo State, some Northerners. So one of our biggest actresses, her name is Rama Sadao, tweeted about the injustice, blah, blah, blah. And now she put hashtag, North will never forget. Bro, she's in abroad as I'm talking to you. It became a big issue from the southern part of Nigeria and the northern part of Nigeria. When she wanted to retaliate the tweet, the northern part of Nigeria were like, are you afraid? So she was left in between. And I remember very well that night I called her. I said, don't put mouth in things like this. So the southern part of Nigeria are angry that when they killed Deborah in Sokoto, you did not tweet. So I'm just telling you what we pass through as celebrities. At times we want to talk about this, but at times it's tough.
So now I get to understand, because previously I was like, why are celebrities not using their platforms to talk about the ills of the society, to talk about the system that is not actually working?
I just give you an example.
Yeah, now I'm getting to know, because people think that celebrities have platforms. They should use it for this purpose.
Kemi Oluloyo, nothing she's not. She started it. Immediately Rahama posted that thing, Kemi did a video. She did a 5-minute video on Rahama Sadao, and the video went everywhere. And he started tweeting. The North said if she replied, they are going to burn her mother's house in Kaduna. For just one tweet. So next time now, if anything that happens, she won't want to do it again.
This is a challenge. If there's a challenge, there's a solution.
So what's the solution? Let her die, because it's not.
I'm talking on the general space now, because you can't support societal growth. You can't support societal engagement and education courtesy of these challenges. So now, what could be the closest solution?
Do you know Kano has their own law separately? Are you aware?
No.
Like apart from federal government law, there's Sharia law.
Yes, I know of the Sharia law.
So, and majority of Northern artists are using Kano Census Board. They have their own census board. That's the reason why majority of them cannot even kiss in a movie. Cannot interpret some certain roles in movies. It's not like people like we that, okay, they have known that, this one pass our power. No. So how many? How many can challenge them?
That limits growth. The industry cannot grow like this.
Yes. And they are afraid of losing that note and their own base numbers as well. Because that's what they know them with. So they need to strike balance.
What could be the role of government in this?
Making people to have freedom of speech. Yes. Insisting on it.
There's so much of work to do. There's so much of. Thank you so much. You've shown so much of passion. You're so interested in making this work.
Of course.
Hence, you've put so much effort in this, and we just hope that the system gets better. We hope that how will I put it now? Should I say all indicators, all value lines or value chains, yeah, that will help it grow are all open to it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what works. It's been so serious discussion.
Yeah,
it's been so serious. Thank you for following us on this. Thanks for being there. And just before we continue, it is very important that we tell you what is important to do, which is press the subscribe button. Make sure you just subscribe. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Don't miss out on anything, because this second season is going to be very exciting. It's going to be mind-blowing. We're going to be bringing premium contents for you, which means we are bringing great guests to this platform, just like we've done today. We've had this wonderful guest here who is an engine room in the northern film industry and also in Nollywood. So he's sharing his story with us, and it's been so exciting. Thank you so much. Thank you. And you're
doing a fantastic job.
Thank you.
You're making it seamless.
Thank you. Really?
Yeah. You're having a conversation and I'm enjoying it.
You're making it easy for me also. You've been on the screen for so long.
Talk show is a different ball game entirely.
True. So now, as an actor, you've gone a long way. Where do you see yourself? Because, like you said, you're leading the northern film industry. Yeah. Yes, with support of your other northern colleagues. Yeah. But where do you actually see the northern film industry getting to in 5 to 10 years now?
Exporting local stories internationally, trying to make international audience get to hear our story, especially positive stories, and we'll try our best to see how we can achieve that.
Yeah. So, considering the Nollywood generally now, what is that misconception that you think people have about the Nollywood industry or the stakeholders in that industry that you would like to correct?
Okay, so basically, one of the major things, especially Nigerian people need to know, that Nollywood is actually bigger than a lot of sector in Nigeria. Probably in the last tenure of Jonathan, the money that the Nollywood industry, or let me say entertainment industry as a whole, both music and fame and modeling and all that, the money they generated, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was the Minister of Finance then.
Yeah.
She said, apart from oil, the entertainment industry was the second largest industry sector that provided the highest money apart from the oil. We even topped the banking sector.
That's massive.
Yes.
That's massive.
That's 2014. Yeah.
Is it the same thing now?
I actually don't know, because the government now don't bring out orders. So, but then I remember very well, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala came out and said the entertainment industry were the second largest, apart from oil, that have highest revenue, that brought in highest money to the federal government. So you can imagine, we are doing massive employment. I wish the federal government could understand how they can use the entertainment industry to make almost all the youths have something to do in Nigeria. Because we have, let me give you a typical example. In Lagos alone, you can get like close to 30 production going on at the same time. The least crew members is 10. There are 20, there are 40, there are some production that have 100 or something crew members.
That's taking people out of the streets.
I'm just, imagine Lagos alone with 30 production going on at the same time, then the least you have is 10 crew members. There's a production I just finished in Lagos. The crew member workmanship was 120 something. So I'm just giving you an example of Lagos. So there's Abuja. Asaba is a no-go area. That one, in short, everywhere is fame. Yes, Enugu.
Yeah.
So imagine the employment that the entertainment industry are taken out of the streets. So if the federal government can focus on that, do massive employment there, engagement there, pop in money, make it matured more, engage the stakeholders, give grants. It's not a big deal. They do it internationally. In UK, in Ireland, they give grants to entertainment.
And that does not exist now.
No, it doesn't. Jonathan did it. Yeah, but now I don't think they are doing it. That's the sector that would take out this unemployment that they're shouting about. That's the sector that will take out a lot of people out of the streets. If the federal government really, really, really want to take out people out of the streets.
But are you guys actually engaging the federal government on this?
Yeah.
Because I know you have a body that should cover.
Body.
Okay.
For me as an individual, I'm opportune to be a little bit close to some people in government.
Yeah.
I am every day. Every day I sit on the table with anybody in government. What I tell them is sink in your time and your money in entertainment. And you will never regret it. I always preach it to them.
Amazing. So now, if the government decides to come in, which I know is not going to be easy, all right? Because it's one thing for the government to say, okay, I want to invest in this sector. It's another thing for the investment to run down the ladder.
It can.
So how is there a structure in place that can actually work for you to run down the ladder to make sure that the new creative who's coming up in one town or one village can have access to that same avenue?
Okay, again, I'm going back to 2013, 2014. That was when Jonathan regime, in every industry, they took some particular set of actors, filmmakers internationally to go and study, to go and learn, and they gave them grants. I can remember KANNYWOOD, they took them to India. I wasn't part of it then, but I remember very well. They took I think 20 to 30 people from the northern industry, both actors and actresses, they took them to India. In Nollywood, they took the Desmond, I can remember some few names. They took them to Hollywood, they took them to US. And when they came back, they gave them money to start production. And they told them to go to their locality and shoot a local story. If they empower 10 people, go up, go down, 5 go succeed.
Yeah.
Yes, the 10 might not succeed. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it happens in everywhere, even in Qatar, even in America.
Any sector. It's a general thing.
So if you empower 10, or you push 10, or you support 10, 5 can come out with positive results.
Okay.
Which is good for the government. Isn't it?
True. Okay, let's leave the government now. Let's hope that you guys will do what you have to do to get the government to do what they have to do.
We are pushing it.
You understand? Let's leave that. Let's talk about the place of culture. We said a few things before. Culture, innovation, right? These are two things that are very separate, distinct, yeah? But the truth is, because of the age and time that we are, they need to come together. Innovation, heritage need to come together.
Yes, absolutely.
But there must be a balance. So innovation don't override heritage and culture, all right? And culture does not override innovation. So that balance is very important. Like Qatar is very strong on balancing. Now, if you go around Qatar, there's been a lot of infrastructural development. Go to Musharraf downtown. That place used to be the traditional core houses area you will find in Qatar. But what they did, those houses were removed. I think 3, 4 were left there. And they built a new city. But now, looking at that new city, it's like a Europe of Qatar. But if you look at the structures, you look at the environment, there's so much footprint of culture and heritage.
It does intertwine. It does. They're mixing now, timing, and then.
The past.
Wow.
They didn't displace their culture and heritage. Go to Lucé City, the new smart city. Go to Education City. These places are modern infrastructures and areas, yeah? But you will see the footprint of heritage there. I'm going somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, if these people did it, it means there's very, very strong importance for heritage to be maintained, which you agree with me on. Now, in the movie industry, let's go to the Nollywood, the movie industry. There's so much of modernization, Western approach, in the scripting, in the final movie production, gradually displacing the place of our heritage. I remember I said before, the younger generation need to watch and learn. So if you displace heritage and culture in your scripting, and you're not giving us more Western movies, Western approach, what will our younger people learn? You're gradually displacing the culture and heritage they're supposed to see on the screen and seeing Western things. That is what they will learn. So now, how can Nollywood strike a balance in this innovative input and maintaining the culture?
Okay, so I think of recent, I was listening to an interview earlier with my senior colleague, Abdulatif. So one of the things that's giving me joy is, if you notice, the past few years, the Yoruba film industry, tuition, all of a sudden they went like from like this to like they had one like there
at the top,
And if you notice, most of the movies that were trending in both the big platforms and even on YouTube are cultural films that they picked back.
Okay.
Because what the Yoruba film industry, the big wings, the top A-listers did was to go back. Just as what you're saying, the Western movies, the mentality were too much out there. So I think the A-listers, the actors, the producers, they went back to drawing board. And go back to the villages, go back to their hometown to pick stories from that side. But guess what? They now brought in foreign machineries in terms of technicality to shoot it. So they're giving international standard with production, but local stories. So anywhere you take it to, it will be accepted.
True.
Do you understand?
I get it.
So, and that's the reason why, if you see, for the past 4 to 3 years or so, they are like this. Because any platform you go, when they see picture quality, they see sound, international standard, and they see local stories. So they acquire it from them immediately. You understand?
I get it.
So I think with that, we can give the Yoruba film industry kudos to that. They are beginning to make even the English aspects now. The Yoruba film industry, look at them, they're going for is cultural story. All of them are running.
We don't need some cultural stories.
Yeah. As I'm talking to you, they want to shoot, they shot Kwenamina story, but it was shot by an Igbo guy. It's called Uzee Usman, so he didn't really get some things properly. So they want to reshoot it now again. They want to reshoot it back again, which I'm in as a cast. So they're starting shoot, I think, in November or so. So everybody's going back to
roots.
Courtesy of they saw the Yoruba film industry, what they are able to achieve with that. International standard in terms of quality, but local stories.
So which is good. If this can be maintained, it will be amazing, because we're very concerned about the future, because technology is coming in and wiping away so many things.
I agree.
And new innovation, new lifestyles coming in, wiping away our culture. And many of our children are out there, not coming back home.
Yes.
So the only way they can actually know their culture
is through movies.
Because even when they are outside, they are watching so much of Nigerian content.
Trust me, even me, as a Yoruba, as an Hausa, as a Nigerian. Do you know, until I watched Lishabi, I knew that there is something like that has happened one time, one place,
absolutely,
one city.
That's a movie by Latif.
Yes. You know, so that is a reality story. In a community, in a place
which nobody knew of. And I bet you that people from that community, some of them didn't know of that till they saw the movie.
Just like what you're saying, that's why I brought example. Some people in that community are in US, are in America, everywhere. So when they watch that movie, now just, so in my own town, such thing happened so time.
You see where I'm coming from.
Yes, that's why I give
keeping the values.
Yes, that's
and the channel of learning and educating the younger people.
Yes,
even the older people, they are not free from this. They have to learn also.
Yes.
So imagine in a community where you've lived in, you didn't know something happened there 50 years ago.
I'm telling you.
Why? Because you're putting your legs outside, forgetting that you have home. So we just believe that the movie industry can help the society, and I'm appreciative of the effort you all are putting in, and we do know that it's going to continue, it's going to keep growing, and we'll see how it turns out.
We're trying.
Thank you so much. It's been so interactive and easy talk with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. But before we let you go, I know you're having so much of work. You told us something before that you're working on, but is there something new that nobody has heard before that you want to share on this show? We want the show to be the first spot where you said it.
Well, what is new? What is like next for me? Like,
Yes.
like the series that I'm going around with is a huge one. It's not easy. It's going to take like a year on me.
Okay.
It's going to drain me. I shot for like 2 months, and the publicity the marketing for that series is a huge one.
Okay.
So like throughout this year, in short, one of the major reasons why I'm traveling everywhere is because of the series.
Oh.
Yeah. So we want to see how we could be able to push marketing through international media. Yeah.
Okay.
Because of the story. It's a girl child storyteller.
And it's something
So
of
it's
global interest, you know, because it's the girl child. And I think
I'm
it's
an SDGs ambassador.
Oh.
Yeah, so I know how huge that is in SDG. So when I shot it and I told the country manager of United Nations about it, it was like,
they can't wait for it.
Play it on the next UN stuff that's coming.
That would be a big one.
They were like, go and make it like a 20-minute cut from it and let's just play something there. Because it's a huge story.
It is.
It's a huge story.
And there's so much to learn. I already know that. I don't need to wait to watch the movie. I wish you the very best on that, and I do hope it comes out so good. And I know it will.
It will.
We're waiting to see it.
Yes.
We're waiting to see it. We'll just be watching and waiting for it. So before we let you go, there's what we call the rapid fire question. You want to take a try? Or you pass?
It's not tough.
No, it's not tough. Let's speak the Nigerian language. It's not tough. It's not tough means it's not difficult.
Oh, okay.
Don't get lost. All right. So now, you just need to answer your preferred.
Okay.
Suya spot or Shisha lounge?
Suya spot.
Traditional Qatari outfit or full Niger agbada like with cap?
Well, it's complicated for me because I love the Qatari.
But you have to say one. Let's know where you stand. Just watch.
I think in this one, because everybody knows me wearing native a lot, so I'll go with Qatari outfit.
Lovely. Lovely. So Arabic dates and nuts or Nigerian groundnut and gala hub?
No, Nigerian groundnuts every day. In short, should I tell you one of my secrets?
Tell me.
I used to, if I'm traveling abroad, I'll buy the football top, and put it on a nylon and tie it. I'll put it on my hand luggage. I'm not even joking, though. Because I can find it like the way that brown one in
that very taste. You can't find it
in the hotel. I'll just put the nylon by the side of my bed, just be eating it.
Where is the Gary?
No, I don't go with Gary. That one is okay for me.
Only that?
No, I don't go. I don't like. I drink Gary, but that one is okay for me.
Yeah.
I like peanut. Nigerian peanut, I like it so much.
Yeah, that I will agree with you on. The last one, Friday brunch in Qatari 5-star hotel or Sunday rice with stew?
You see that our rice for Nigeria. That's
special taste. Special taste.
So pepper, anything is sweet.
So but you've not chosen
the Sunday rice.
Sunday rice. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll stop it there. We've had a very interesting time, and you all agree with me. He has given us a full dose. He's a character on his own, on-set and off-set. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for tuning in and staying with us on this episode. It's been an amazing time. I told you from the beginning that we're going to have a very lovely time. And yes, we are having it because it has not ended yet. But please subscribe to our channel if you haven't. And make sure you share this platform to other friends and family. You can't love this alone. You can't see this alone. You have to spread the love and the information. So keep doing that while we continue on the show. So Usman, before we let you go, we have something that we do.
Okay.
All right. It's a custom for us, and we'll make sure that every guest to have on the show goes back with something to remember Qatar, to remember this platform. And we're going to be doing that with you also.
Oh, wow.
We have this wonderful gift from us to you to say thank you for coming on the Inside Podcast.
Oh, wow.
And we do hope you will love it.
Thank you.
And keep the memory of Qatar.
Thank you.
This represents the Sidra tree, which is an heritage tree of Qatar.
Okay.
And it's also the logo of Qatar Foundation.
Oh, this is so nice. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this episode. It's been an amazing time with Uzee, and he has shared a whole lot of genuine experiences with us. He has opened our own eyes and mind to what his story is like and the journey he has come through. and the successes he has made. It's so informative and impressive. So we have to go. We would love to stay, but we need to go. And we'll wait on for our next episode. Please subscribe to our channel. Make sure you press that notification bell so you hear when next we post our videos. And also we have other social media platforms like the Facebook, the TikTok, the Instagram. Please, it's the same handle. So please make sure you follow us at the Inside Qatar. Until next time, take care.